I didn't get around to playing much of this game today, and it's actually quite late now because I've been playing modded Minecraft all day. Because today is a Sunday, which means I got off of work, and my friends can play games, and we've been playing. What I don't remember what it was called, but we started a new mod pack, and we've just been doing that since the morning, pretty much. But that was pretty fun. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I probably should have like got some things done today, but I don't know. I mean, I got new boots, but I didn't, or I ordered them. I didn't like go out and get them. I don't need new boots. I just wanted new boots because they're like they're heeled, they're high heel. Well, not very high heel, but they're high heel, thigh high boots. That'll be nice and warm for because it's starting to get colder here. So I got just something to put keep my calves warm. They're very comfortable. I've had them on all day. And yeah, the heel isn't very high. It's actually, yeah, it's because I have a similar pair of boots that and this one still has a bit of the problem because my other boots, I like them, but because I don't have very thick legs. I have very thin legs. So it doesn't, like, a lot of these boots don't work very well for me. Maybe I need to find boots that are meant for people with thin legs or something. I don't know. Boots that are meant for women with thin legs, because I like the women's boots, but they don't cling to my leg very much because I got thin legs. Anyway, but they are comfortable. Like I said, they just don't really, like, I don't know. They're sexy boots, but they're not that sexy. They're just warm boots, I guess. Which is nice. I'll probably wear them to work tomorrow. If I can decide what pants to wear with them. Because if I wear my, like, tighter pants, then the boots will just be falling down the whole time, which is kind of a look too, with them like bunched up a little bit is kind of interesting, like bunched up around the calves instead of reaching up past the knee, because they're supposed to reach up past the knee, and there's like this bit of string or something in the back that's meant to be able to like tighten it, but it doesn't tighten around the whole thing. It's just like a little portion of it. I don't know. My legs are not thick enough for these boots. And it's because, like, the part of it is probably because of the size of the boot, or like the size of the foot relative to, I think, like, if the shoe size were smaller, then the whole thing would be thinner. But since my feet are proportionally large, then it doesn't quite work out, because I'm a size 10. I think these are a size 11, because my other ones are a size 11 and they fit pretty comfortably. I can fit in a size 10, 10 and a half. But yeah, like I said, these are comfortable. Anyway, moving along. I don't know. I feel so tired. It's like I've just been sitting around playing games. Well, I've been standing a lot too, because my desk, it's got a whole riser thing. I can pick it up, turned into like a standing desk thing. Because of how relatively late it is, I'm going to try to make this video kind of short. Shoot for maybe like 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on that timer. Also just like keeping an eye on my Discord to see if I get any messages from my partner, because we were talking a bit earlier and they're not, well, I don't know. We don't need to get into all that. But anyway. This show is weird. I don't know how I did this. I'm not quitting, of course, but it's just so interesting conceptually. I was going to say, I don't know how I did this before. I don't think I can do the next one. I'm just gonna repeat this one. But with the VC shit, like I made so many of those. I mean, my life was more interesting then. I think when I was younger, I did more varied things. I don't think I was in school at the time. Maybe I was. I'm not sure. Honestly, I may have been in college at the time, actually. I had a lot of shit. Yeah, I had a lot of shit going on at that time in my life. I had fucking driver's ed. I remember was around that time when I did those videos. I did driver's ed, and definitely went to college for a little bit. Didn't last very long in college. I only went to college for like 3 semesters. I did not like college. What else was there? I don't remember if I was like in high school. This may have been after high school. I think it started around the time. I think I had a job at a fruit stand like right when I started. Because I remember playing Valkyrie Crusade at the fruit stand. But I don't think. I remember the books I read. I remember that I read Maze Runner a little bit before that, and I remember that I read Pan by Knut Hamsun, which I like to say is my favorite book. I haven't read it in forever. I don't really know that I would still say it's my favorite book. I want to reread it. It's fucking great. I had a friend read it, and he said it was good, so that helps. But he also hasn't read the other book that I recommended to him, so I don't know. But that other book is also super long. That would be specifically The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, this is a book episode now. That book fucking kicks ass. That book is so good. That series is so good. That author is so good. I love you, Brandon Sanderson. That's the name of this video now. And if he watches it, he probably won't. But it's the title of this video is Now I Love You, Brandon Sanderson. Because his books are so fucking good, man. I think there's probably a couple that I haven't read yet, but I've read everything in the Cosmere. I think, most likely anyway, from what I know. I think there's some new, like, novellas or something that are, like, collaborative, that I haven't read those yet. I haven't read the Alcatraz stuff because that's meant for younger readers. I might try to read it just for shits and giggles, or maybe I'll read it to my niece or something when she's a bit more a bit older and can understand narratives and stuff. But his other books are fucking great. Brandon Sanderson is very good at world building. Brandon Sanderson always makes just like the really interesting universes with like magic mechanics that are so like at the same time like they're really complex and interesting, but they're not like it's not boring to like go into this. Like he doesn't go into the specifics all the time. Like, but the specifics are there. Like the rules are there, and he's written out all of the rules and stuff. But he doesn't just present you with a bunch of rules. He presents you with a world that works within those rules and feeds them to you in tidbits so that you can figure them out and like piece together. And like it's all so fucking clever because it always makes sense, and it's always grounded in some form of reality to a degree. Like the way that the magic systems work always like makes sense. It's never just like for example, this is a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, but in The Way of Kings, one of the sort of abilities that people can have is a form of flight. But it's not just I can fly. Like Superman, he can fly, I guess, but it's never really explained like why he can fly or how he can fly. He just can fly. or maybe he's just jumping and just staying in. I don't know, but like in the Way of Kings, in the magic system within the Stormlight Archives, which is the series that the Way of Kings is an introduction to, a certain group of people have the ability to manipulate their gravitational forces. So like they just like flip their gravity so that they're going up, and then like that's how they fly, and it's just like it's cool. And like it uses this sort of currency as well. Currency is a weird way to put it, but yeah, there's a certain fuel to it as well. So it's not just like I have the ability to manipulate gravity. It's like I have this thing that I need to conserve and that I need to like manipulate, and like it's so. And the way the characters learn this ability is so interesting because they're like sticking to walls and shit. And the fact that like, because you can manipulate, I believe they can manipulate the gravity of like other people and other objects and stuff too, and you can do it on like a granular scale. So it's like if you make yourself like a little bit lighter, you can like quick step, or just like you can make yourself heavier as well by like. But then there's oh man, I don't know, it's clever shit. But then like there's other worlds that use the same sort of like, that are part of the Cosmere universe, that use the same like original magics, or the same sort of formula of magics to have different effects. It's weird, but it's cool, and it's all planned out. Like this man has dozens of books planned out in this massive universe that's all technically interconnected, but it's not. It's all like, for now, it's all just little teases. Like there's only one or two characters that actually jump between worlds. Like there's one specific character that I think is in all of the books, and he's fucking great. I love him to death. But then there's a couple other characters that I think they're called like world hoppers, because they can travel between the worlds. But anyway, it's so fucking cool. Brandon Sanderson, his books are amazing. I love him. He is an inspiration. I wish I was an author. I should be an author. I feel so deeply that I could be an author, but at the same time, I fucking hate writing. So like, I don't know. Well, where do I want to be? I think it's episode 3 that has Mint Choco. Yes. Let's do this one. Anyway, but no, his books are fucking great. Read The Way of Kings. The Way of Kings is a decent enough I think that was my first one. I think because I kept getting a lot of advertisements for the third or the fourth book in the series, and I was like, okay, I'll check out this series. And I read The Way of Kings, and it's fucking great. Mistborn is also really good. It's also shorter, so if you want something that's a bit shorter to get into, so that's the first like Mistborn. Mistborn is set up in a really interesting way too, because there's like multiple trilogies that happen in different like time periods, where it's like, it's cool as shit. But yeah, it uses like entirely different. It uses a different magic system that's based around like metals, but the atomic structure of the magic is still kind of the same, because it sort of comes from the same place in a way, and like it's not even in a way that I fully understand, because it's not in a way that's been fully explained. Like it's in a way that Brandon Sanderson knows. And it makes full sense to Brandon Sanderson, and still like makes sense as you're reading it. But like, oh man, it's cool shit. It's really fucking cool shit. And like, I don't know. I started reading Discworld as well. Discworld is fucking great. I just finished the first book earlier today. Discworld is a wild ride, because Discworld is kind of like a parody of fantasy genres or fantasy novels, because it's like, it is a fantasy novel, but it's so over the top and absurd, and like it's so great. I wish I could think of a good line to pull from Discworld. I could probably just skip to a random page and just have something funny to talk about, but like Discworld kicks ass. at least the first book. I presumably the other 40 fucking books are great as well. I was looking at like the reading list chart or the reading order chart, and it's like there's so many different books and so many different like disconnected things that are all part of the same kind of stuff, and I'm excited to get into all of that. Because I have to wait for all the Brandon Sanderson. I have to wait for the Cosmere stuff from Brandon Sanderson. And like I think the next book he's coming out with is one that I'm very excited about. But I think there's also some stuff that he may have released that I haven't read yet. Or then I think there's definitely a bunch of stuff that he has made in the past that he hasn't really that I haven't read yet. But I think there's also some newer stuff that I want to read and I haven't gotten around to yet. I want to read more. I should learn how to read faster. I can read decently fast. Cuz I can read like if I sat around all day, I could read like a 400-page book in a day. I need to fucking go back and I need to do this shit. But anyway, I said about 15 minutes, didn't I? It feels weird, a little bit weird to cut it off at 15, but like I said that it's late, I'm tired, and I want to be able to upload this video at the regular time. Even though I don't think there's a lot of people that watch it at the regular time, I still want to do that. And also the regular time has changed a little bit for some people because in our area we had daylight savings, so the time went back by an hour, I think. So, and the people that don't do daylight savings, which is most of the world, your time is the same, but my time is different. Sorry, I don't know. I'm still gonna do it at 10 o'clock my time. But yeah, it would have been a good for me to start this like 20 seconds ago, but. Well, once again, I have no idea what that video on the left is, but you can click it. Take care of yourself.